Last time on Just Create, we made big plans for a mini-golf game, we worked out some game mechanics, and did a basic test run with Foxy. We also dug out this enormous hole. Today we decide on a theme, build the lobby area, and make a farm or two that we're going to need to be able to make this game in the first place. One of the main things we're going to need is ice. So I think maybe we should start with an ice farm, and then we'll talk about theme. And to be honest, I'm quite tempted just to hide the ice farm down here, just get something built in one of the corners, because this is pretty much the only place we're going to be needing all the ice. Question is, what are the best recipes? So we've got blue ice, we can compact down packed ice. What's this? Bulk freezing. Ooh, well, that's nice and easy. We'll just do that. That means we can get 1 for 1. Excellent. So if we favorite that recipe, then go to packed ice. We can do the same thing here. We can actually blast ice into packed ice. This is good. And to get ice, it looks like we're going to get that from snow blocks. Compact down 9 to get ice. So we'll set that as a default. Snow, we know we can get that from compacting snowballs and snowballs. No way to get snowballs, apart from, well, snow golems, I suppose. So I guess we can make some kind of contraption that uses snow golems to make snow, and then we've just got to process it. I reckon that's probably doable. So let's go get some stuff and things and try and work this out. Well, I've got almost everything I need, apart from pumpkins. So I've just snuck over to Foxy's base here, and we're just going to steal these pumpkins. Sure he won't mind. I'm being very careful not to show his base here as well. Once again, too many spoilers over here. Now, are there any more pumpkins on the map? What can we see? That looks like pumpkins. There they are. And I can see a few more scattered about. So we're just going to pick up all of these. And hopefully that'll be everything we need to try and make an ice farm. Ooh, armadillo. Got a truck full of stuff. Let's see what we can do here. So I'm going to start off with windmill bearings and some wool. I do have a bit of an idea of how this could potentially work. But basically, when snow golems travel around, they leave a trail of snow behind them. And what we need to do is collect that snow. But we also want to keep the snow golems moving. So what I'm thinking is, if we create some kind of chamber where we spin the snow golems round and round, they'll cover up the floor, and then maybe use like plows or something to collect all the snowballs. I think that'll work. Let's just try it out. So if we were to put a windmill bearing there and then just a big line of wool. In fact, what I might do is put the windmill bearing on top, because then it's going to be much easier for me to access and control. So what I'm going to need to do is make some chambers for these guys. So in fact, let's use these andesite bars. That should do it. Grab some glass as well so we can see what's going on. And we're going to need snow and pumpkins. Oh, and super glue. We're going to need that too. So let's build up one side first. What we're going to need is a bunch of plows, because they should be able to scoop up the snow layers and turn them into snowballs. And we need to enclose this chamber, so we'll do that with some glass so we can see what's going on inside. We're going to want bars to separate the snow golems. They'll go in like this. More glass on top. And if we adjust this slightly, make this bit here the center, we do the same thing on this side, but in reverse. So we'll put the plows on this side with glass over the top. Bars in, and the snow blocks, and we'll prep the pumpkins. As soon as we share these, we'll get snow golems. But I wonder, should we maybe do like 4? Because we could have the whole thing spinning around then. Alright, I think that should work. As long as we get it spinning the right way. Let's just make a whole bunch of snow golems. So if we just chop all of these, get our little guys down there, we'll glue the whole thing together. But before we set that spinning, we should probably add some storage on this thing. So we'll stick a storage interface here and a vault there for storage. That should just about do it. Let's get this thing spinning and see what happens. Oh, well, I broke it and some of the golems have escaped. Quickly clean up these guys. Get out of it. Any more? Yep, you. Right, everything's been reset. Let's double check the glue, because that was definitely the problem. So it appears to be glued fine. Let's just redo this side, because this was definitely the side that broke. Right, let's try that again. Okay, it's going round. Where have all my golems gone? Oh, okay, that's weird. They are in there, but you can't seem to see them through the glass. But the system seems to be working. Now let's quickly build an offloading system for it. Although, before I can do that, I am going to need to bring some power down here. So I guess I better turn this off for now. We're probably already full. So that's the farm all reset and good to go. I've also added a little bit more storage because it picks up a lot just on one circle, it would seem. I think because there's so much stuff, we're actually going to have 3 offloaders here. Yeah, that should get stuff off of there nice and quickly, but we do need to sort out power.
Sir.
Oh my jeez. Rolash. Where in the world did you come from?
Oh, this is not a hole. This is a cavern.
a hole.
Super quick question. When are you gonna be like not on but able to help me in case I break something again? Because I changed up the tree farm, and I just want to chop all the trees down because I separated them into chunks.
Yeah.
And I don't want it to break while you're trying to do stuff. It's really.
I mean, it doesn't bother me. It's only me and you on, so it's fine. It's Foxy I was concerned about because he's on a bit of a time crunch. But I'm fine. Just run it. If the server crashes, then the server crashes. Like.
Okay,
fine.
cool. Yeah. What I'm concerned about is it rolls back every time it crashes. I just don't want you to lose stuff. That's all.
Ah, that's all right. I'm literally just trapping golems in cages and making them spin in circles.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, cool. I'm sure they love it too. They look like they're having fun.
They do. They make lots of snowballs. It did one full revolution and filled up my little vault on here, so I've had to add more vaults.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Look, I need a lot of ice, okay?
Yeah, fair enough, I guess. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll go run that, and hopefully I don't crash you out of the server.
That sounds fantastic. Speaking of which, I've got some footage from earlier, from before I started this episode, so I'm going to quickly roll that now, and then people will know why you're over here even asking this.
Yeah, Throw did it bad. Throw did it bad.
I rarely get to see you online, and I noticed this tree palm pop up recently, so I thought I'd come check it out and see if that's what's causing all my lag issues or not.
I'm assuming. I don't know. See, I'm gonna blame it on Foxy because ever since he built his, I've been having issues with mine, so it's his fault.
Yeah, we're not allowed to look at that.
Oh yeah, sorry. Uh-oh, it stopped again.
Has, isn't it?
Uh-oh. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but ever since that one was built, mine's been just problems.
Oh, it sounds like a combination between you two.
All right. Well, I guess we'll have to duke it out and see who gets to keep theirs.
I'm surprised it's still letting us talk, considering the server's. Actually, wait, has the server stopped, or is it just your tree farm that's stopped?
Well, you're not moving.
No. Oh, I have moved. You're still staring into. Right. Well, voice chat still works, but the rest of the server's dead. I'll see you in a sec.
Yep.
Hey, Throw. Hey, look, we're back here, and all your trees are back as well.
Yeah, see, it's cool because it just doesn't cut any of them down. It continues to roll itself back. Oh yeah, it's broken again. Huh. Hey, if you do me a favor. If you log in and you are able to move around and things seem like they're able to be like broken, like you can break mangrove roots and stuff, just go pick up that contraption.
Well, there he is.
It wasn't me?
It was definitely you. So, I know what the problem is. One,
sure.
Here's your Minecraft contraption. I had to freeze the game to be able to go get it. Because basically, I did this probably about a month ago. I built too many mangrove trees, and then when I went to cut them down, it was too much stuff. It crashed the server. It was just too many mangrove.
Oh, gotcha.
So, what you need to do is spread out your trees, like put gaps between them, just put them in blocks of like 10 or so.
Okay. Of
the little trees, and like the mangroves, just make sure they're much more spread out as well. But yeah, just spread everything out, because if everything gets attached, bad things bad things happen.
Yeah, it could be. I'm still gonna blame Foxy.
I would say let me know how it goes, but I guess I'll know. I'll either see you on a crash server in a moment, or Joy, and we can carry on.
So, how do I get out?
Right, now, what was I saying? Power. Yes, I need to get power down here. And I think the easiest way is going to be to use chains. Not that I have any chains. Let's make some chains. If we go up the top here, we should find that we've got some power poles just on the other side of this wall somewhere. Although it's probably going to make more sense to figure it out from the outside. So we have one here, and we have one down there. I reckon this one here is going to be our best bet. So let's hook up a chain there. Then we'll just attach that up in the roof here somewhere. Doesn't really matter where. Connect this one into the roof up here. And then we can just use shafts to bring that power all the way down. Easy peasy. So I am going to need a speed controller, and I didn't bring one of them with me. But let's just get that bit sorted, and then we'll work out the rest of the farm. What are you doing? Who are you throwing stuff at? Oh, there's a skelly he doesn't like. See, all right, well, you carry on, sir. As long as you're having fun. Okay, so I've got power in. I've got the offloader all hooked up, and I'm just working on the next bit, which is going to be compacting the snowballs into snow blocks. So for that, we're going to need mechanical presses. We're going to need basins, and probably some encased chain drives knives to make my life a little bit easier. So first up, we'll have these, and we'll have a line of basins with funnels in the back. Gonna filter those to snow blocks. Feed those 3 into that vault there. Have these ones come out and go into another basin, because we now need to compact these down into ice. And if we do something like this, then my thinking is, oh, there we go. Because we're only producing these one at a time and it takes 9 to actually make a block of ice, I reckon this will probably be able to keep up just fine. In fact, I could just connect that belt to there. So I need mechanical presses up the top and another one there. I think if we just get a bit of power over to these things, we should be just about done, at least to get us to ice. Hoping it's that straightforward. How about we turn it on and give it a go? Oh, there we go. Throwlash has success as well, and it looks like we're having success over here. And yep, look at that. We're getting ice. Okay, cool. This is good. So now that's offloaded the first batch. It's going to do a full circle. Hopefully we've got enough space for it to actually pick everything up this time. Our snowmen are in there, even though it looks like they're not. That's just very weird. But what I want to know is whether the rest of this machine actually keeps up with the amount of snowballs that come off from one revolution. Well, it doesn't look like my triple funnels are working, so we're still only offloading one batch at a time, which is going to slow the farm down a bit, I guess. Not massively, but definitely a bit. I mean, I could change it so we're actually offloading off of multiple sides. Maybe that would work a bit better. Maybe I could have another one here that's just feeding the snowballs down this way and into the machines. But then how much ice have we got? I mean, not even a stack, so it is going to be fairly slow. But then for the amount of ice I need, that's also a stack of blue ice as well as normal ice, because we can, of course, just bulk freeze everything. So yeah, maybe we should just stick with that. So what we now need to do, though, is convert the ice into blue ice and packed ice, which means I need fans. I think I packed some. I did. And I'm going to need a couple of buckets of powdered snow, but luckily we're under a mountain here, a snowy mountain, so it should be fairly easy to find, hopefully. Is that some right there? Nope, that's proper snow. So this looks like the powdered stuff. Yep, perfect. Now, I'm thinking I probably want an even amount of each of the different types of ice. I mean, I don't want normal ice, that's just going to melt. But for packed ice and blue ice, yeah, I think I definitely want to go even. So if I do something like this, then we'll put brass tunnels there to split it into 2. That will give us ice evenly into each of these. Then we'll drop the ice down in front of some fans. Sworn I just picked up my fans. Did I leave them in the barrel? Apparently so. That will point the fans into the back of those. Some encased chain drives. Going to need a gearbox here to rotate that round. That gets everything going the right way here. The fans are blowing. Excellent. And then we'll put filters on these for blue ice and packed ice. That should give us just about everything we need. Let's just quickly get a little bit of ice going to begin with. Let's hope this works. There we go, that's packed ice. Chuck that in again. We'll filter that one to the packed ice. That should turn into blue ice now. And there we go. So we'll filter this one to the blue ice. All right, now we just need to get a couple of brass tunnels. Make sure we split it up, but our ice production is automated. Oh, do need to rotate these, however. Okay, so I think we're good. This should start now separating. Yep, look at that. So I think we're good. Our little ice farm is doing the job, and that should give us all the ice we're going to need to actually build the golf course. But it turns out that this isn't a good way to make blue ice, because when something gets turned into packed ice, it then just sits there and despawns unless it gets removed and thrown back in again. Not helpful. Just means we have to make a few adjustments here, though. Right, that should do the trick. So now, when things get turned into ice, instead of having a big vault here, it's just automatically getting turned into packed ice. And then over here, we're splitting it into 2. And there's no fan down here anymore, so the packed ice is just going to go straight in, and the other half is going to get turned into blue ice. Wait a sec, I do still need a fan there. I just don't need the snow. There we go. Now we're getting packed ice and blue ice. Right, anyway, theming, that's what we were about to talk about. So I've been looking through the comments and there's been lots of very cool ideas, like this, and this. But the majority of people seem to quite like the idea of kind of a rogue bot factory. So using the little Beardstone bot things and making some kind of factory mini-golf type thing. So that's what we're going to go with. And who knows, if it goes well, we could always make another course as well using one of the other themes. Now, before we start making any of the holes or working that out, what I want to do is actually work out the entrance lobby area. So the facade that's going to go out the front, and the part that's going to set up the initial theming. We'll have some bots and some mechs and things like that out the front. We're going to actually expand on our bots, I think. And then we can have a nice big entrance lobby with some scoreboards, the how to play and all that stuff, and that'll all go on this floor here somewhere. And while we're doing that, that'll also give us time to figure out how we want to do the holes themselves. So let's grab some materials and start working on a facade out the front. So I think for this build, I want to be using some cobbled deep slate and some tuff for the bottom areas, and then I want to use scoria and maybe prismarine for the roof. So yeah, scoria for the walls, prismarine for the roof. That could look quite good, but the problem is I don't really have much scoria, so I'm going to need to buy some of that. And prismarine, well, that's notoriously difficult to get. But rumor has it there's a new shop down by the dock. So let's take these diamonds and go do some shopping. Oh, scoria, I think, is in here. Chosen's Delights. Yep, there we go. A whole bunch of that. And then let's go see what we've got down at the docks here. So I don't know which ones of these are shops. This is just diamonds. Okay, fair enough. Got bushy bushes, so it won't be that one. We've got little lanterns. Ropey's rope shop that sells rope. Nope, it's not that one. Genius shop naming going on over here. What have we got? This is just, oh, there's a fisherman. That's nice. Still not a shop though. These the shops? Aha! So we've got sushi. We've got the radioactive sushi. I remember these. And here we go. This is what we want. Underwater bits and bobs. And, oh, hello. Keith Prismarini Fish and Stuff Store. I don't want to be attacked while I'm shopping. What kind of... This is like the Cinnabon shop all over again. Right, I want to grab some of them. I definitely want lots of this. And what's that? Ooh, bone blocks as well. That's good. I'm definitely going to buy some of those. I'm always running out of bone meal. Some of this other stuff as well, just in case. And do I have to go give this to him while not getting shot? Like a little game in itself. Hopefully it gives me... Oh, no, it's not packages. Okay, I'm going to have to go back and forth a little bit. Right, there we go. That should be enough stuff to build with. And I think what I want to do is maybe start down the front here and just sort of work my way back. I know we're not building the facade until we get right back here, but I want to figure out what I'm doing at the front here first, I think. I've got a bit of an idea. Let's grab some sea lanterns and some girders, some deep slates. Turn that into just bricks for now. We'll worry about texture later. And I'm going to start off just replacing all of this tough wall around the edge here. And by all of it, I mean I'm just going to do one section first and see if this is going to work. Then we're going to dig out all of this grass, place it with sea lanterns, so we've got some light down here. Because there isn't a lot of light in the shopping district, and I do want to change that. We need to get some street lights up at some point. I think we've only got 2 over by the original shops that we built. But I don't want the sea lanterns to glare, so if we put some slabs in there, and I'm thinking girders across the top here, and that doesn't look too bad. So I do need to figure out what we're going to do with a fence, I guess, going around this bit. I mean, I feel like if we don't have a fence, we at least need some kind of ledge or lip or something, so let's maybe just add some more slabs. Yeah, I think that's working. Let's get a bit of texture in that. I think what I might actually do is buy myself a little bit of Scorcher, which is this darker color here. It's got a bit of a green tint as well. But I'm thinking this may mix quite well with the deep slates. Let's give it a go. Well, I'm not 100% sold, but it's a starting point, I guess. Let's make a start on the front of the building, and we'll come back to this bit. After staring at the plot of land for a moment, I then decided to duplicate the wall we had at the front of the platform to make a foundation for the building. On the foundation I'd already made, thinking about it now. I then topped the wall with some tough pillar blocks, divided it up into sections, and built some walls up using scoria bricks. I decided to set the windows back, meaning I needed to double the wall thickness so I could arch the front, then inset the windows with weathered glass. I added some texture to the walls and some copycat slabs on the front to add some depth, as well as some copycat steps to add even more depth just below and above the windows. I stood back to check progress and decided the weathered glass windows were maybe a bit much, so I swapped them out for ornate windows and it looked much better. It was at this point I realised I could use the wand of symmetry, grab my jetpack and speed up what I was doing. I added a roof line to the side panels and extended the whole building up with some pillars, then created a separator band with some weathered copper and lightning rods, added more scoria and some windows, then embedded some water wheels in the front of the building. I wanted to see how the roof would look colour-wise, so added prismarine to the side slopes. I then created another separator section at the top of the build using waxed weathered copper rods and pipes. It didn't really look right, however, so I added some copper bulbs and turned them on. Much better. The building was getting quite tall, so I decided decided to add a small riser with some more pillars, but set them back a block for more depth. I created a curved roof line using dark oak planks to finish off the wall, and of course, more prismarine for the roof. For some final details, I added some copper tanks, pipes, brackets, and a wall-to-wall below the roof line. And a huge thanks to this post on Reddit for the inspiration on this build, by the way, although that one is a much larger factory and looks incredible, so go check it out. I then hollowed out the inside of the building and integrated it into the giant hole we dug previously, built up the walls, added some texture, and now we're finally ready to make a nice lobby in here. And you may notice I've also put in a floor above me, but that's because I've got an idea for the 18th hole of the golf course, and I think it would be quite funny if it just returned you to the lobby. But who knows, that may change as we start building. But this is the space we're working for with the lobby, and there's a few things I want to put in here. And don't worry about the rest of the outside, we do still have some work to do. I mean, it looks okay, but there's still, yeah, a lot more I need to add, detail and other bits. But we'll finish that all off later. I've got some cool ideas for what we can do out here involving mechs and bots and all sorts. So, the lobby, there's a few things I want to include in here. I want to have some kind of hall of fame for the high scores, so we could have a couple of scoreboards, maybe even just one either side of that wall there would work. One for lowest stroke count, and I'm thinking maybe we put some kind of timer system on the whole course as well, and we do the mini golf as an individual speed run, just so people can play on their own and still have something competitive to work towards. And then we can maybe have statues in front of the people who are currently leading the leaderboards, because we do have straw statues on here, so that could be quite fun. I'm thinking maybe a small driving range over on one side, just so people can play around with the clubs before they actually go in, so they can figure out how they work. And then, of course, we're going to need some kind of counter where you collect your clubs from, and some kind of outline of how to play. So yeah, quite a lot to fit in here, but I reckon we can do it. Let's maybe start by getting up the scoreboards, and I think I do like the idea of having them either side of this doorway. This, of course, is going to be the entrance, so this will lead straight through into the giant cave that we've... What in the world has been going on down there? What has happened? How did you get out? What are you doing over here? I mean, you're no good to me now, so I might as well just end it for you, but still, did you make all this mess? And where's everyone else gone? Oh no. Well, safe to say this isn't a good design. Have we got any ice though? Oh, we've got loads of ice. Okay, so it did work for a while, but now it's just not because all the snowmen have escaped. Well, you live and learn. This was only a temporary ice farm anyway, I guess. And that's probably going to be enough for the course. I am just going to turn it off for now. And then if we do need more ice, I guess we can just load more snowmen into it. I just see a zombie. Get off! That's my ice! Maybe I didn't spawn-proof down here as well as I thought. Maybe that's what happened to some of the snowmen. The mobs attack snowmen? I don't even know. Stop stealing my stuff. Right, anyway, back to the factory. Let's grab some things and start designing a lobby, shall we? So I'm currently thinking we'll have scoreboards over here, maybe a title at the top to show that this is, for example, the time trial scoreboard. Can't quite get it central though. I've got an idea. We do this and just expand this doorway area. Then that makes the wall one block shorter, and now it's all centralized. And we'll frame this bit with some girders, I think. We'll connect these to each other for power there, and power. We haven't actually sorted out power up here yet. Maybe we should go through the wall here, and then we can just connect up over there. Put this right up at the ceiling, just so it doesn't get in the way. This will all be hidden, so it doesn't need to look good. Ah, I need more chains. There we go, our board is powered. So we will do the same on that side as well, but let's work out this bit over here. So I want to have a couple of practice holes, pretty much just for working out the club strength and getting used to that. Let's mark out those, maybe have them there. I guess for symmetry, we should probably pull out this wall as well. And we'll have the club collection point and storage over here, and that leaves us with a bit of an awkward space on this side. But I've got a bit of an idea of what we could put here, so I'm just going to block it off for now. I think I'm actually going to make this side a little bit smaller, just because we don't need quite that much space for what I have in mind. Yeah, I think this could work quite nicely. But let's get the other scoreboards in, and maybe some proper lighting before we go any further. That's better. We've got some lighting in, a little bit of structural support, and I've got the other scoreboard in. Next up, I think I want to sort out the holes that we're going to put in here, which means I need to remove all of this floor and replace it with ice. So I think on this side, we're just going to have a very basic hole, just so you can get used to what's going on. And on the other side, we've got something a bit more complicated, just with some hazards. And I'm just going to make this look like a normal sort of golf green. I'm not going to do anything too fancy with this. I'm not going to theme it or anything. There we go. That should do for our test holes. We just need to set up all the ball return stuff. But we're going to wait to do that until the end, for reasons which will become clear soon. So I think I want to sort out this bit properly now. We'll grab a clipboard and get some headings on these boards. But there's something else I want to do as well, and I think it's going to look pretty good over here. There There we go. And what I'm thinking is we'll have like the current leader or the winner in there. So maybe we'll do that on like a monthly basis. So we'd have like the August winner would be displayed in here in a giant straw statue. And this one would just be for general mini golf. So I guess that will be course completed in the least amount of strokes. And this one here is going to be our time trial. So we're just going to mirror the same thing over on this side. There we go. And I think we'll put a display board up here as well. That maybe we'll leave a gap. Do that at that height. And we'll connect that to power out the back wall. We'll do the same on this side and just route the power round. So I think that's the basic layout sorted. And what we're going to do with this area here is have the ball maker, which is basically going to be a cobble generator. And it's going to be set up with that request system we tested last episode. And then from here, we'll distribute balls all over the course where needed. So let's hop into a quick time lapse and get this all looking shiny nice. And a short while later, we're looking a whole bunch more decorated. The holes are looking better. We've got these statues set up, ready for whoever wins the first month. I mean, obviously, I need to build the course first, but, you know. We've got our scoreboard set up, and I've even got a chart here, which I don't pick it up like that. But this means I can just change the scores and then update it as a whole. It saves me having to remake the board every time the scores need to change. Tried to make it look all fancy around here with the red carpet as well. Haven't done the cobble gen yet, but we'll do that soon. And then this is going to be the club pickup area. We still need to get a clerk, and I think we may well use Jimmy from the power station since he's recently lost his job. But we'll have it set up that you can basically just buy all the clubs and a clipboard for a diamond, and then you can use those for as long as you're here for as many games as you like. So it's not a charge per game, just per session, I guess. Although what we could do is charge per game and then make a prize pool each month. That could be good. Well, we'll figure that out later. For now, this is how it works. And when you order something, that will then get delivered into this guy, and you'll be able to collect everything you need. So next up, let's get the cobble generator in, which is actually going to be our ball dispenser, I guess. So how do we want to do this? We want to make it look mildly interesting, I would imagine. Where's the center? Probably about here. Now, what I'm thinking is we'll start with about here. We'll send that underground so we can then distribute the packages everywhere they need to go. And we'll stick a barrel at the back, packager in front. Then we want to put a threshold switch there. Reverse the signal. And we're going to need a stock link so we can set up the redstone requester. So we'll stick that on top, link that to there, stick it in here, set it to 1 cobble. So the creation of the balls should work nicely. That's the same as we had in our test world, but basically whenever this is empty, this will kick out a redstone signal, which will trigger this and demand a package. It will need kickstarting, however, but we'll do that at the end. Next up, we need a cobble generator. So let's maybe go out this way a little bit so we've got some space. So we'll be generating cobble on that spot there. Means we need a drill there. Going to need to enclose this section. Let's grab some copycat panels to make it a bit thinner. Wrap those round the side. Now we just need to sort out power. And the closest bit is just behind that wall. So that's power sorted. When we connect that, that's going to start up the drill. But we won't do that just yet because we need the lava and water. What we can do is connect up the belts, tidy this up a little bit as well. Now we just need some lava and some water and we should be good to go. So there we go. We can start the cobble gen. And if we just do this, that should trigger the system. And if we do this, it should start automatically making our golf balls. Excellent. I think something else it might be worth doing, however, is putting a threshold switch on this barrel. Let's just do that on the back. And we'll just cut the power to the cobble gen when this gets above a certain amount. Maybe like 10 stacks or so, that'll be plenty. Let's go get a redstone link. We're also going to need a clutch. So that's the redstone link set up. Does look a bit boring in here, though. Maybe we should add a couple of bots. Yeah, there we go. That's looking pretty cool. I like that. It looks like a busy little workshop. Though it has already filled up. Good, good. Now what we need to do is get those packages over to the test golf holes so that we can just push a button and get a ball to start with. Maybe we should get a few signs up as well. And then we're going to need to make some golf clubs to actually stock this up at the top here as well. But then we should be pretty much done with the lobby. And it's taken a bit longer than expected, so the mechs might have to happen next episode. Now, I'm thinking this should be fairly straightforward to get these dispensers in. We just need to dig a little hole. Just going to turn up my brightness while we do this. Then we're going to run this all across. Then we just need to link the belts up to the packages over there. So if the dispenser's going to go there, I know it's upside down at the moment. Don't worry, we will switch that round. But we'll put an andesite funnel there, belt there, extend that belt out, do that, put in a brass tunnel. Then we just need a couple more belts here and here. Once again, we'll need a dispenser there. Okay, let's get power to this. That's that bit done. They're all going into the upside down dispenser. In fact, I should probably remove the dispensers for now, just so that they get held up on the belt instead. Then that will get power to that one. More of those. Okay, cool. Now I can put the dispensers in. That should fill up with packages. Same with this one. Okay, now we just need an activator switch. I was going to use a redstone link, but to be honest, we can probably get away with just using redstone itself. We just run a line there, do that. Perfect. When it comes to destroying them, we do know that water works, so we might as well just do that. I'm just going to stick some industrial iron over these chutes so that they look a little bit better. That is our completed practice holes. In fact, I think the whole lobby is pretty much done. I just need to get a few signs up, maybe one up the top there. And of course, I need to make a whole load of clubs to put in here, but I'm not going to do that just yet. We'll save that for something to do in the future. It's going to be long and boring. But just because we're not filling up all the clubs on the inside doesn't mean we can't go grab our clubs and have a little play around. Right, I've got my clubs. Let's give this a go. It should be fairly straightforward. So clearly the putter doesn't hit far enough. I guess now we're going to have to hit it back down the course a little bit. Let's maybe use the 9 iron. There we go. Beautiful. This one, I'm going to go straight for the 6 iron and see if we can get it straight in. Oh, no, I hit the water. Got the 3 iron. Hey. Plus, of course, if you wanted to practice your close game, you could always try and be a little bit more sneaky. Go around the long way. Oh, I've gone into the next hole. Well, either way, it serves its purpose. It lets people mess around with the balls and the clubs and just kind of get used to how it all works. And a few minutes later, we've got some signs up. We have one here for Beardstone's Botstone, once again done by the wonderful Zloy, and I think that looks pretty cool. But I've also added an embossed section above the door up here, just saying Botstones, established 1925, delivering parcels and mild existential dread. But with that, I think, for now at least, the lobby is complete. If I turn down my brightness again, we can see how it actually looks. Yeah, I think that does the trick just nicely. I've also set up the golfing kit over here, but I've not put a price on it yet because, of course, I don't want people to buy them yet because there is currently no golfing happening. But we're definitely making some good progress. Just not as much as I was hoping today. I was really intending to get the outside here done today as well. Just get a few more bots in, actually finish off the building. But yeah, we've run out of time and I need to get this video out to you. So sadly, that's all we've got time for today, but I hope you've enjoyed it and I'll see you on the next one, where we'll definitely be making giant mechs.